Hey there, this is Matt from Music World, and on Friday, November 4th, 2022, we're going to be taking customers down to Bend, Oregon for the 5th annual Breedlove Custom Build Trip. Now, I'm doing this video because I get asked a lot of different questions in the lead-up time to this custom build trip. And for those of you that are still trying to make your decision on what you want to do, if you want to join this trip, if you've ever thought about building a custom guitar, this should answer some of them for you. Also to mention, October 22nd, we finally are going to be having Tom Bedell, who is the owner of Breedlove and Tooled Hippies. He's going to be at Music World in our Vancouver location, October 22nd. That's a Saturday at 5 a.m. It's not 5 a.m., but 5 p.m. Don't show up at 5 a.m. No one will be there. And it's going to be a really fun night. It's kind of a lead up to the custom build trip in November. And one of the things we're going to be doing, we're going to have a great time. We're going to be obviously having Tom share everything he knows about Breedlove and stories that he has, talk about custom guitars and woods, etc. We're also going to be giving away this guitar right here, this exact guitar. It's a Breedlove Pursuit Exotic S Tiger Eye finish. So just by attending, you show up, you get entered into the drawing for it, along with some other cool Breedlove swag. It's going to be a great time. Hope you can make it. So, some of the most commonly asked questions about this Breedlove trip that we do, it's a custom build trip, is do I have to build a custom guitar to go on the trip? Historically, no, but the long answer is kind of yes. So I'll explain what I mean by that. If you want to come to the factory because you want to check things out and you just kind of maybe kicking tires about a custom guitar and you've thought about getting something unique and personal like that, we're not going to say no. However, Breedlove does have build slots that they've asked us to have, and we have 5 of them that are set up to accommodate our customers for this particular trip. And consider the fact that all the manufacturers are still catching up on build time because of the labor shortage and COVID and supply chain, and so they really need to schedule out the builds. And main reason really is when we go down there, we're going to be getting one-on-one attention with the best that Breedlove has to offer, and that's not something you get anywhere else. You get that with Music World, and that's the whole idea behind this trip, is that you get a personalized experience. You get the designers and the experts there at Breedlove helping you in the shop one-on-one pick out and build your dream guitar. And you don't necessarily have to know what you want or exactly what woods or what guitar you're going to build, but we can start that conversation. It's something that I like to help customers figure out before we go down there, but you don't have to. And you can obviously go down and have the experience, and you may build or design something that they pull out that just makes you say, hey, I gotta have that. So we are limiting that to 5 build slots. If you have a friend or family member come, that's fine too. But I wanted to at least clarify that for people if they're considering coming. The next question that I usually get is this. I want to go on the trip and build a custom guitar, but how do I get started? So that's an easy one. That's where I come in, and with my communication with you, the customer, if you're interested, you can email me directly, info@musicworldstores.com. You can call us. You can contact us through our Facebook Messenger. There's lots of ways to get a hold of us and talk to us about, hey, I want to go on this trip. This is what I'm thinking about. A really common process that I like to walk people through is if you're local to the Northwest area and you can come to our Vancouver location, we typically have a large stock of USA production guitars, and there's usually a good variety of different woods and combinations and body shapes that we can sit down, maybe schedule an appointment to come in. We can play together in a room quietly if you like, or if you just want to come and check them out and play them to yourself, you can do that as well. It's a really good way to get started on kind of getting an idea of maybe what type of guitar you like and the style that you play. That helps me kind of understand what direction we can go if you want to start piecing together ideas and different, we call them appointments to the guitar. There's also the custom inlay aspect, and that's a good thing to start talking about ahead of the trip. So you have a personal symbol or different type of design you've got drawn out or sketches of. We can start submitting that ahead of time to really expedite the process. So the next thing is what is the average price of a custom guitar? I get asked that a lot. Obviously, top of the line USA production guitars can land you in the $2,000 to $3,000 range, and even closer to $4,000. And right at about that threshold is where you're going to start to see very basic level custom guitars. Pricing has obviously gone up over the last couple of years for just about anything you can buy with money because of inflation. However, their prices are actually very reasonable still, and it all is going to depend on what you end up picking, both with the type of wood, the type of appointments, and of course custom inlays. But right around that $4,000 threshold is where we start to get into a custom build price, and it definitely can go as high as you want to make it. So another great question is, I get this all the time, especially right now with supply chain stuff and labor: how long will it take to receive my custom guitar? Well, that's an easy one. I have some very good information about build times on this particular year that we're in, 2022. We go down November 4th and pick out woods and all that good stuff. You can expect your guitar's probably going to be ready, as long as there aren't any changes made afterwards that take more time, about summer of 2023. That could be a month forward or back, depending on the build and how many they have scheduled out. But that's a pretty safe bet. You're looking at about summer of 2023. And the final thing is, how do I get to the factory? Well, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. We've had people come from the East Coast. They'll fly in, get a hotel room, they stay in Bend. In this case, it would be Thursday night, and they're there Friday morning. A lot of people in the Northwest, if it's the Portland area, you can just drive over. It's only about a 3.5-hour drive, of course, and do a day trip on it. We usually start the day at about 9 or 10 a.m. on Friday, so you'll have time to get there if you leave early. But if you want to get your own hotel room, that'll be up to you. You can stay on Thursday night, or you could come Friday and then make a day out of it and get a hotel to stay there Friday night. So the last thing I wanted to mention was, you see this guitar that I have sitting to my left. This is a great example right now of one we just recently got in. It was actually designed by one of our employees. It is an all myrtle wood, sharp cutaway concert custom guitar. It has some unique features to it, some very beautiful bloodwood, gorgeous, gorgeous myrtle wood on it. It's got obviously the bloodwood binding, but there's a fill in each one of the linear fusion designs on the fretboard, which is just really a nice touch. It's a very classy instrument, and it's all semi-gloss. So this is an example of some customization that you can kind of tweak and make just really a beautiful piece of artwork that sounds incredible too. And anybody who wants to go down and start designing a guitar, you can just let your imagination run wild. So if you have any further questions, you want to get a hold of me, again, it's info@musicworldstores.com. Our store number is 360-573-5575. And you can contact us also on Facebook Messenger. And the email, of course, is another great way. We can start a chat and hopefully set an appointment and get to meet you. So once again, 5 build slots for the trip. If you have any other questions, just contact us, and we're looking forward to seeing you.